Hello coin collectors and history lovers. Welcome back to your favorite place to explore old coins, rare finds, and hidden treasures hiding in your change jar. In today's episode, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1981 Jefferson nickel, a common coin with an interesting story and some surprising values depending on condition. Let's find out what makes this 5-cent piece worth more than face value. The Jefferson nickel series started in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and his famous home Monticello on the reverse. The design stayed largely the same for decades, making even minor variations very interesting to collectors. Why 1981? This coin had been in production for over 4 decades. The 1981 Jefferson nickel kept the traditional design, but small details such as mint marks and strike quality can affect the coin's value, especially today. In 1981, Jefferson nickels were struck at 3 major U.S. mints: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, ***, over 627 million coins Denver Mint, D mint mark. Over 585 million coins San Francisco Mint, S mint mark, used for proof coins only, around 3.4 million proof coins. That's a combined total of more than 1.2 billion. Nickels *** struck in just 1 year. So yes, it's a very common coin, but the condition and specific mint can make a big difference in value. Typically worth 5 cents, face value however, coins in very fine, VF, to extremely fine, EF, condition can fetch 10 to 15 cents from collectors who need them to complete a date and mint set. Proof coins from San Francisco, S mint mark. These are high-quality collector strikes. Value ranges from $1 to $5, especially if they are still in their original proof sets or have deep cameo contrast. And keep an eye out for any full steps on the Monticello, a detail on the reverse that collectors love. Coins with full steps, FS, designation can significantly raise value. Some go for $20 or more. Now let's talk about something every collector loves: errors and varieties. If you spot any of these, especially a dramatic error, you could be looking at $20 to even $100 or more, depending on rarity and condition. Always inspect your coins under good lighting or use a magnifying glass. These hidden gems could be worth hunting for. So, is the 1981 Jefferson nickel a valuable coin? On its own, not really. It's still common in circulation. But a well-preserved one, especially with full steps, or a rare error coin, could be worth several dollars to the right collector. And let's be honest, collecting these little pieces of American history is fun and rewarding. If you've got some of these coins, check them closely. And if you're building a nickel set, the 1981 is a must-have, but look for the best condition you can find. The Jefferson nickel has been a part of American coinage since 1938, when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin honors Thomas Jefferson, the 3rd President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of Jefferson, while the reverse showcases his Virginia estate, Monticello, a neoclassical-style mansion that Jefferson himself designed. Schlag's design was selected after a national competition organized by the U.S. Mint. From 1938 to 2003, this basic design remained mostly unchanged. That includes the 1981 version, making it part of the long-standing tradition of honoring Jefferson on U.S. nickels. Now, let's talk about the year itself, 1981. This was a time of economic challenge in the United States, with inflation and interest rates both running high. Yet, the Mint continued full production of coins to support commerce. In that year alone, over 1.2 billion Jefferson nickels were struck across the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Although it may seem like an ordinary coin, the 1981 Jefferson nickel represents a period of continuity in U.S. coinage, right before major changes would begin. Just 2 years later, in 1983, mint quality began to decline slightly due to cost-cutting. And by 2004, the Jefferson nickel design would undergo its first major redesign in over 65 years, as part of the Westward Journey nickel series. When you hold a 1981 Jefferson nickel, you're holding a piece of classic American coinage, from an era just before big changes swept through the U.S. Mint. The 1989 Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent coin from the United States that's part of one of the longest-running coin series in American history. So if you have one of these nickels in your collection, stick around. You might be holding more than just 5 cents. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It was designed by artist Felix Schlag, who won a competition held by the U.S. Mint. His portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the 3rd President of the United States, became a classic feature of American coinage. Jefferson's home, Monticello, is featured on the reverse side, a stunning tribute to the president's architectural brilliance and influence. And by 1989, this design had already been in circulation for over 50 years. Now let's talk about the 1989 Jefferson nickel. On the obverse, we see Jefferson's left-facing profile, with the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1989 written around it. Flip it over, and you'll find a Monticello, Jefferson's estate, along with E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and 5 cents. The 1989 Jefferson nickel was produced at two main U.S. mints: Philadelphia Mint ***, no mint mark over 726 million coins struck. Denver Mint ***, with D mint mark around 563 million. Coins struck. That's a combined total of over 1.2 billion nickels in circulation for that year. Because of such high mintage, most of these coins are still pretty common today. The 1989 Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. It's a solid, sturdy coin built to last decades in circulation, and many of them still are. Now let's get to the question you've all been waiting for. What is the 1989 Jefferson nickel worth today in circulated condition? In most cases, a 1989 nickel that has been in circulation is worth 5 cents. Yes, just face value. That's because billions were made, and most don't have any rare errors or features. However, if your coin is in uncirculated condition, it could be worth 10 to 25 cents, depending on quality. And if it's in mint state, MS65 or higher, condition, some collectors may pay up to $1 or more. But wait, some 1989 Jefferson nickels have errors. And these can make them much more valuable. If you find a 1989 nickel with a visible error, its value could jump to $5, $10, or even $50, depending on rarity and condition. Here are a few tips if you're collecting 1989 Jefferson nickels. Always check the mint mark, Philadelphia or Denver. Look for errors and varieties using a magnifying glass. Store high-quality coins in protective sleeves or coin flips to avoid wear. Consider getting high-grade coins certified by a grading service like PCGS or NGC. The 1989 Jefferson nickel might not make you rich overnight, but it's a piece of American history, and who knows? You could discover a hidden gem in your pocket. Change. The story of the Jefferson nickel begins in 1938, when the United States Mint decided it was time to retire the Buffalo nickel, which had been in circulation since 1913. A public competition was held to design the new 5-cent coin, and artist Felix Schlag won the honor. His design featured a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers and the third president of the United States. On the reverse, he illustrated Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia estate, a symbol of his vision and legacy. The coin was first issued in November 1938, and for decades, the design remained unchanged. From World War II to the moon landing, the Jefferson nickel was right there in Americans' pockets during some of the most historic moments. In 1989, the coin looked almost exactly like it did in 1938. The U.S. Mint struck more than 1.2 billion nickels that year, both in Philadelphia and Denver, making it one of the most common dates in the series. Although there were no major design changes in 1989, it marked over 50 years of continuous production for the Jefferson nickel, a remarkable achievement in coin history. Think about it. By 1989, the Jefferson nickel had already seen generations grow up, presidents come and go, and the world changed dramatically. Yet, its face remained familiar, reminding us of the enduring values of history, leadership, and democracy. Today's video is all about the USA 5-cent Jefferson nickel from the year 2002, its history, mintage, and circulated value. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a video. Let's dive in. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American coinage since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The coin features the profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The 2002 Jefferson nickel still carries the classic design by Felix Schlag, which was used from 1938 until 2003, just before the Westward Journey nickel series began in 2004. The obverse side, we see a left-facing portrait of Jefferson with the inscriptions "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 2002. On the reverse side, we see Jefferson's Virginia home, Monticello, with the inscriptions "E Pluribus Unum Monticello 5 cents," and United States of America. The year 2002 saw a fairly large mintage of these nickels. Here's the breakdown by mint location: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, ***, around 361 million coins. Denver Mint, D mint mark, asterisk asterisk, around 411 million coins San Francisco Mint, S mint mark, asterisk asterisk, about 3 million proof coins, these are not for circulation. So yes, over 770 million nickels were minted in total that year, which means the coin is not rare, but that doesn't mean it's not collectible. Now let's talk about the value of the 2002 Jefferson nickel in circulated condition. The ones you find in your pocket or change JAR in circulated condition, a 2002 nickel is typically worth just face value, 5 cents. However, in uncirculated condition, like if it was kept safe and shiny straight from a bankroll, it can be worth 10 to 50 cents, depending on grade. And for collectors interested in mint state, MS, coins A 2002P or 2002D Jefferson nickel in MS65 condition might sell for around $1 to $2. In MS66 or MS67, it could go up to $5 to $10, but only if the coin is in top-tier condition. No scratches, full steps on Monticello, and brilliant luster. But remember, condition is everything. A shiny nickel with full steps on Monticello can be worth much more than a worn one. Professional grading services like NGC or PCGS can help verify the grade. And here's where things get interesting. Some rare error coins from 2002 can fetch a higher price. Keep your eyes open for, depending on the severity, these errors can sell from $10 up to $100 or more at auctions and coin shows. So always inspect your nickels under a magnifying glass. The 2002 Jefferson nickel might not be rare in everyday circulation, but it still holds value for collectors, especially if you find one in uncirculated or mint state condition. Plus, error coins from this year are always exciting to discover, so check your change, open that old piggy bank, and who knows? You might just have a valuable coin sitting right under your nose. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin facts, values, and history from around the world. Drop a comment below if you found a 2002 Jefferson nickel, or if you want us to cover a specific coin next. We love hearing from you. Until next time, happy collecting!